Hello everyone, this is Paul from the PN Academy, and in today's video we're going to be looking at how to calculate pip values, right? So in the previous video we spoke about what a pip is. So today we're going to be looking at how much can you get out of each pip that you're making or it's going against you, whether you're making profit or losses. You want to calculate after you're getting the pips of your take profit or stop loss, how much money or what's the value in each of those pips. So what are we going to be speaking about here? We're going to be speaking about what you need to be able to calculate what a pip value. Then also we're going to be talking about lot sizes, because lot sizes move hand in hand with calculating the pip value. You need lot size, or what sometimes is called as volume, or what you can call quantity. A lot size is just like when you go to the butchery, you want to buy meat, you buy it in quantities, right? So in trading, lot size is just like the quantity of the trade that you would like to take up in relative to your capital size, right? Then thirdly, we're going to be looking at how can we calculate the pip value after knowing what is needed and then understanding lot sizes, right? So without wasting time, let's just start. So what is needed to calculate this pip value? You'll need to know the exchange rate, right? Exchange rate here, I mean the entry and then the exit. Remember, let me just give you an example. Let's say if you're trading Euro, USD, you are going to, let's say, buy. Remember, we said trading is all about buying and selling, right? So if we expect the Euro USD, the exchange rate to move up, let's say the exchange rate is 1.1234. This is not the real exchange value. I'm just giving an estimate, right? So if we expect it to move up to, let's say, 1.2345, right? We are buying, right? We expect it to move up. So this is your entry. You entered from here, right? And then this will be your exit, where you expect it to move from. So you enter from here and exit from here. This is what I'm talking about, the exchange rate. You need the entry and then the exit price. Then also you need to understand, of course, the currency pair that you're trading. For example, we have said we're trading Euro USD. So that will be the currency pair. Why do we need the currency pair? Because we need the base and then the quote, because the pip value is traded or is listed in the quote currency's value. The quote is, remember we mentioned in the previous videos that if this is Euro USD, this is the quote, and then this is the base, right? So we list the pip value in the quote, in the quote currency's value, right? Then also you're going to be looking at the size of the trade. That's the lot size or volume. Are we together? So these are the only things that you need to be able to calculate a pip value. Are we together? So let's look at lot sizes. We're going to convert them into units, right? Because you need to know the units that are there in each lot size. So we have the standard lot, which has 100 units of the base currency. Now these units are of the base currency. The base currency is the first currency in the pair, right? Which is equivalent to one lot. You can call it a standard lot or just one lot. And then when you convert to units, it's 100,000 units of the base currency. Then the mini lot is worth 10,000 units of the base currency, which is the same as 0.1 lot. Then the micro is worth 1,000 units of the base currency, which you can write as 0.01. Then we have the nano. This one is for those who trade synthetic indices, right? Nano it is 100 units of the base currency, which is equivalent to 0.001 lot, right? So now I would like to mention something. You may have come across many videos or many traders telling you that a pip value is simply when you have one lot, each pip is worth $10. When you have 0.1, each pip is worth $1. If you have 0.01 lot, each pip is worth, the pip value is going to be $0.1. 0.001, the pip value is going to be $0.01. This is true, but not for everything. For example, gold, the pip value of gold is different from that one of Euro USD. The pip value of Nasdaq is different. The pip value of volatilities are different. So what is the correct criteria to be able to calculate anything that you're trading? This is true for most of the currency pairs, especially the majors. It's very true for most of them, but not for everything that is being traded. Now, the question is, how do you get to be able to trade everything that is available? Now, I'm going to give you a formula. I'm going to give you two methods to be able to calculate pip value. It's very easy. It's very, very easy. So do not get scared. You don't need a lot of math. You just need to know how to subtract and multiply. You can do that using a calculator or just your smartphone. Are we together? So now, how do we calculate a pip value? You can take this note down. Remember how they mentioned it, that the pip value is always in the quote currency's value, right? So let's take an example. Let's calculate. You can write it somewhere. if you're following along, calculate the pip value of Euro GBP if price moves from this, meaning this is the entry, right? If it moves from this to this is the exit. Are we together? This is entry, this is exit. And then we're using one lot. Remember, we said you need to know the currency pair that you're trading, then you need to have the exchange rate, and then you need to know the lot size, or what we call the volume. Are we together? So let's clear this. Now let's continue. Now I'm going to give you two methods. This is the first method, right? Now we know that one lot, we're using one lot. We know that one lot is equivalent to a standard lot, which is the same as 100,000 units of the base currency, right? Now remember, we have said our entry price is this. So we're going to first multiply. We shall just multiply entry times the units of the lots, right? Units of lots. This is the first method. Entry times the units of the lots. Now you're going to first get the units of the entry price, right? So it's our entry price was this 0.8342, and then you multiply by 100,000. What do you get? You get 83,042 GBP. Remember why we're writing GBP? Because we have said it's the pip value is calculated in the quote currencies value, right? So that's why we're writing GBP. Then you can do the same for the exit price. So it will be again exit, this exit price here times the units of the lots that you're using. If you're using 0.1, if you're using 1, if you're using 2 lots, you just multiply, right? So in this case, we're using one lot, and we have said one lot has 100,000 units. So we're going to do the same for exit. So our exit price is 0.8441 times 100,000 units, which we shall get this 84,410 GBP. Then after that, you just subtract, you just get the difference, right? Which will be this minus this, and then you'll get 990 GBP. This is the pip value for the for if Euro GBP moves from this price to this price. Are we together? This is the first method. If it is very hard for you now, I have a very simple one that you can use, right? Let's continue. The method 2, how do you get it? Method 2 is just simply calculate the pip, calculate pips. For example, if Euro GBP has moved from here, from 0.8342, like we saw in the question, to this price. This is our entry. This is our exit. You just get the difference. It doesn't matter which one you start with, but just get the difference. Now, here, what to note is, do not just write down the number of pips. Write it the way it appears with the points. It will be 0.0099 pips. Simply, we have 99 pips, but leave it the way it is, right? Then you multiply times the units, right? It will be pips that you've gotten times units, just as simple as that, right? But I'm saying that do not remove the zeros. Remember, when we're learning how to calculate the pips, we're ignoring the zeros. But in this second method, which is the easiest one, just subtract, do not ignore the zeros, leave them the way they are, and then you multiply times the unit of the lot size you're using. One lot, in this case, we're using one lot. So it will be 100,000. And you can see we're getting the same answer. You can calculate on your side also, and you'll see you'll be getting the same answer. Use these methods for any security that you want to trade, whether it is stocks, whether it is currency pairs, whether it is commodities, whatever you're trading, right? Now, someone may be asking, how will I know these units? Do I need to cram them? These units are the same, one lot. For most of them, one lot is the same as 100,000, right? But like I said, these things change a bit, but they're automatically given to you on your trading platforms. We're going to talk about trading platforms. I'm sure most of us are new. Since you're watching this beginner series, we must all be new. Or even if you've been trading and you do not know how to calculate pip values. Now, where are you going to be getting the units from? The units are actually given to you on your trading platforms. For example, if you're using the MetaTrader, let me just show you briefly, just a second. Okay, so I'm on my MetaTrader that I use to trade. This is one of the platforms that we have. Anyone can use for trading. Don't worry, even if you're new, it must be your first time to see this, right? If you've not been trading and you're totally new. So this is one of the platforms used for trading. We shall talk about it in one of the videos. This is just the 4th video. We have several videos coming up. If you've not subscribed, make sure you subscribe so I do not miss out any of the coming videos that are going to help you in your trading journey. So I'll just click Ctrl M to get my market watch. Now let's say that I want to know the units of, let's say, BTC. I want to show you that some of these things have different units. That's why I made the other comment that not most of them, yes, it is true, there'll be 100,000. For example, when I want to take a trade, when I double click here and now take a trade, you can see volume is the same as lot size, right? Now 0.1, let's put one lot size. Let me just change this to 1. Now, one lot size is going to be 100,000, right? Euros. Remember, the units are in the base currency. The base currency in this case is euro. Euro USD is the base currency, right? But the pip value is calculated in the quote currency, which will be euro, which will be the USD. But now you can clearly see it's mentioned to you here. One lot is equivalent to this. These are the units. Are you seeing this? These are the units here, right? So now I want to show you, even for GBP, will be the same. GBP USD. When you click the one lot of GBP, let's just put one lot. You can clearly see it's the same 100,000 GBP. It keeps on changing depending on the pair. This is the base. In this case, GBP USD, the base is GBP, right? So the one lot is equivalent to 1,000 units of the GBP. But what about BTC? It's not going to be the same. That's why I was saying that that method is correct, whereby I say one lot is equivalent to a certain number of dollars. This one is equivalent to this. This is equivalent to this. That is not true for everything, right? Now let's check BTC USD, right? Now, if you're to check BTC USD, one lot, what do we have on one lot? When I put one lot is equivalent to one BTC. Are you seeing? So here it changes a bit. The base here is BTC, so one lot is equivalent to one BTC. Are you getting it? Let's go to gold. Let's check gold, right? Now, let's put also one lot of gold on the broker I'm using. Now, one lot is equivalent to 100 XAU. In this case, it's XAU USD, which XAU is the base. So in this case, our units are 100. Are you seeing that they're not the same? So use those methods that I've given you, and then you'll be able to calculate a pip value of anything, right? Most traders, ask any trader, most traders do not know how to calculate pip values of gold, of oil, because they're not in those cramped forms. Do not cram. If you want to be a trader, do not cram. Make sure you understand things the right way, right? So that is it for the video of calculating pip values. If it made sense to you, make sure you click the likes button so that many people can come across it and get the same value that you've gotten. And if it is your first time coming across our videos, especially this one here and the beginner series, do not forget to click that subscribe button and click the notification bell so that you don't miss the upcoming videos. Have a great time.